Hi, friends. Host Eric here. I was talking with fence people. Still feeling a little bit tired, really. Like I didn't get much of a nap right now. Even though I just took a nap, but it was a short one. So naturally, it wouldn't be the end of the world to get more sleep, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen right now. So I got up. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Eric. Hi, everyone.
I'm about to go out to the garage, smoke a cigarette. And what are you looking for?
I'm gonna go to the mailbox.
Oh, okay, cool. So, not that uncommon to get hateful people come in. You just ban them right away. And remember that obviously hateful people are not reliable in terms of their speaking of anything. They can't even be relied on to relate basic facts correctly. But, such is life. No, we didn't get groceries. We did go get Fix a Flat, though, in the little wilderness car. We ended up doing that. No, it's still Tuesday. Meaning, still shitty Tuesday. It's not like it's a bad day for us, really, but we are addressing the flat tire issue somewhat. I got now 4 cans of Fix a Flat. I think I'll probably wait till the morning because by waiting till the morning, I was thinking they'll go away again when the weather cools down a little bit. Tomorrow I'll put it in and we'll see if it fixes the flat. If full blast fixes the flat, then I guess there's no reason to change the tire right now. But, well, it was pretty fun taking it out to the store because we wanted to go over there anyway to go to this little lunch place that opened up right there, which was wonderful. And turns out not to really be as far as we feared it would be. And well, it didn't even feel like lawbreaking. When we pulled up, the Triangle Road Market it's on such small little roads back here that nobody even blinks twice. Plenty of people around the Triangle Road Market probably drive their little wilderness cars there. It's just a little further from us because we're further back in here, but not actually unusual. and it's not really the ideal car to drive for any kind of regular road because it's kind of loud. But we easily hit 35 on multiple occasions going there, so it didn't take as long as I thought it would. Yeah, it's not exactly street legal, but it's street capable, and it's fairly normal to see people on the roads around here with these things back here anyway. I wouldn't drive it that far just because it's not a comfortable way to go very far on the roads, but he got us there and back. It was a very pleasant little outing. You know, makes us feel like we really fit in around here because obviously only the locals drive around in little wilderness cars. Unless they came up for like a vacation or something and brought their little wilderness car on a trailer. But those people tend to have more like dirt bikey kind of stuff. This little wilderness car was made for people who have a ranch. We don't have a ranch, but it's not like a Yarborough hardcore off-roading thing. It's just like drive on the dirt roads wilderness car. More golf cart than dune buggy, I guess is what I'm getting at. Although it's gasoline powered, of course. And I filled up the tank in the little wilderness car before we left. Put in 5 full gallons of gas. No, there's no radio in it, but we do have this orange speaker thing. But I forgot to bring it with us, I think. I don't know where it went actually now. Do you know? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I did bring it with us, but I'm not sure.
I thought you did too, but I didn't see it.
Yes, there's a hunting season. In fact, no, the unflattening hasn't happened. But I think what I'll do, I'll take you guys outside with me and we'll put the cans of Fix-A-Flat in it tonight. Then we'll look at it in the morning. If it's flat again, despite the 4 cans of Fix-A-Flat, or I might just wait until the morning and do this. I'm kind of conflicted on it. Probably wait until the morning. And then it's like, the reason I got 4 cans of Fix-A-Flat was I was thinking, well, I'll put 2 cans in, drive a little bit, see if it needs another can, just enough to get me out to where I can get a new tire put on it, maybe, you know. Of course, if the Fix-A-Flat works all the way, then maybe I don't even need to get a new tire. No reason to. You'd pop all 4 tires at once? Let's not do that. Hi, Bufo Peregrines. I'm sorry to say that sorry to hear that your computer's messed up. It turns out that it's your graphics card. That's what I learned last time you were here.
Did you let the people know that we saw our first bear?
Oh, I forgot all about it. We saw a bear on the way to Triangle Road Market. We were just driving down the road, and I saw what looked like a big-ish dog. I was like, what is that? And I stopped the little car, and it's just like, it's a bear. And sure enough, I tried to back up to see it a little bit better, and it ran away, and we got a good view of it. It ran across this field. It was like an adolescent bear. It wasn't really a full-grown bear. But anyway, that was our first day bear that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
We had seen a bear once before at night. Just like the shape of it crossing the road a little bit. And I think I had a fairly up-close encounter with a bear I couldn't see at night one time. But it's the first time we've seen it in all of its running glory. Well, I wouldn't rule out a ghost either.
Thank you, Trouble.
I'm happy to say that day bears are like regular vampires, but they can walk around during the day. That's how you can tell them apart. Yeah, he was streaking. He looked all like soft and furry.
He was so cute.
But we didn't go up and pet him.
No. I don't care how cute it is, I'm not gonna pet it.
You dirty rat. That's what I say to my Rachel's eating leftover salad. It's called Thai chicken.
Peanut Thai chicken.
Peanut Thai chicken salad.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, that's what she got at the restaurant.
Yeah, I figured it was close enough to 6 o'clock.
I got the pulled pork sandwich. Both of which were actually our second choices. They didn't have our first choice, they had sold out of it.
Yeah.
Which was Reuben sandwich with fries. The thing is, you're neck deep in work. Well, you need to figure out how to get out of that particular swimming pool, Dulles. It's filled with work instead of water. That's never any fun. I still feel very tired despite that nap for some reason.
Me too. Thank you for making it normalized. A Rachel is a turkey sandwich with coleslaw. Yeah. So it's different. It doesn't have the corned beef. It's turkey instead.
What you should tell your client, Dulles, is the coming Halloween season has seen you plagued by ghosts, ghouls, and witches.
The season?
Yeah, the Halloween season.
Mm-hmm.
And that you can't get to your work right now because there are too many ghosts and ghouls bothering you.
It's tough to get stuff done with ghosts and ghouls bothering you.
Yeah. I need to go check my email. Sasquatch called you away from work to worship trees. That's your euphemism for it, Dulles, but I think we all know what you do with Sasquatch when you two are alone.
Oh.
You worship his tree, right? Yeah.
Maybe he does like a ritual.
Yeah. I know what our ritual is called.
No! Mom doesn't agree. It's such a watch and he has the thing.
Yeah, well, like he said, he worships his tree. Of course. The feet aren't the only thing on a Sasquatch that's big. Also, their sloping forehead is quite large. And that's the part that Dulles really gets into. He's a sapiosexual. He likes his foreheads like his ski slopes. Sloping. Michelle Way, you got a surprise. What are you gonna call to see about a purebred 2-year-old lab retriever female named Zoe? Well, that's a good circumstance to take a dog from.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I love dogs and everything, but I don't want one. I think our 2 cats are enough trouble for us.
I've had my share of dogs
Yeah, me
of
too.
like varying you too, yeah, have varying temperaments, and it's like, you know, it's a lot. You have to do a lot of like training with them, really. We're not really
We're
the
not
cats
really.
are
Yeah.
the cats are perfect for us because they do their thing.
Well, I love the fact that Kapila started sleeping upstairs. I'm glad someone's using one of the upstairs rooms.
Right? And it's nice. She gets a bed all to herself, and she doesn't have to sleep down here on the thing. Probably Trouble has no idea where she is.
Right. And he doesn't want to go up there because neither of us is sleeping in there.
Yep.
We went in to say hi to her this afternoon. And I walked in and she said, meow.
Yeah. She hardly meows.
Yeah. She hardly meowed. I both bet. Well, except unless you're Trouble.
Yeah. Trouble needs a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Do you need someone to watch you eat?
I just watched him eat.
Okay, good. Oh, we don't want any kind of turnkey dog because we believe in freedom for the animals. Lazy dogs have an advantage, for sure, but even the laziest dog probably isn't as lazy as a cat.
Yeah, our cats sleep most of the day. It said that cats sleep for like 16 hours a day sometimes. So they're all about sleeping.
Which is not unlike us.
Not, I'm very like that. Like, I honestly think I'm gonna like just cuddle up in bed and watch the live stream.
Sure. I think I'll probably live stream until I feel inclined to have sexual intercourse.
Okay.
And hopefully you'll also feel so inclined to that at that time. Because at lunch I was thinking, oh, I want to have sexual intercourse when I get home. But then when I got home, I was like, oh, I want to take a nap though.
Yeah, I was too. Good luck, Michelle Way. I'm excited for you.
Well, I don't know if Dallas wants me to share this or not. Maybe he hasn't invited you all, but Rachel and I already got the invitations to Dallas's Sasquatch wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming up, what is it, January 17th, the day after your birthday. And Sasquatch and Dallas are getting married in a lovely old New England church in Massachusetts.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah.
That's quaint.
You got catfished on a meet and greet with a dog?
That happened.
I didn't know people catfished dogs. They should really be called dogfished then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you catfish with a dog, it should be called dogfished. It's the same church in Massachusetts where Paul Revere was once baptized.
Where was
Yeah.
baptized?
Paul Revere was baptized in the same church that Dulles is marrying Sasquatch. I mean, look, the thing is, we call him Sasquatch. But obviously, Dulles knows his own personal Sasquatch name. Not all Sasquatches are named Sasquatch.
Yeah.
That sounds depressing. Available for sale. Beautiful tropical fish. And then you get there and it's just this one like limp goldfish. Oh, you'll serve lobster. What I really like is Dulles' Sasquatch themed wedding. He's theming it Boston Tea Party. So he's asked all the bridal and groom parties to dress up as Indians and throw tea off of a boat. Which some people say isn't very PC. But if you ask me, I think it's the most PC of all because you're historically reenacting an occasion where previous people dressed up as Indians. You're not actually going in Indian blackface. Whatever that is. You know, according to the Mormons, the Indians had their skin burned by God because God didn't like them. Now that's a little bit racist. It's appropriate to appropriate. I agree with you, Ruben R. That's why I go by the name of Sergio from Chihuahua. First, I'm from Chihuahua, but that's just where I was born. I was raised mostly in Michoacan. Well, Tiffany has a little bit of blackface on her from that time period when I carried them around in a black leather bag that rubbed off on her face. She's still a little bit mad about it. Jack was quizzical, meant to be metaphysical. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. You need to just be firm with life. Tell us, hey, get out of the way. Like that. I've been feeling so mushy towards Rachel lately. I feel like a super emo girl. Boba Fett, just don't even go there. Check this out. The dog is a courtesy post on the Catitude Cat Rescue page. Oh, there's a cat with some catitude. If CD is out there, let me know, Capillo. I'll shoo it away. In case those of you don't know, I named the black and white CD, also known as Miss Dumpster, or full name Kitty Kitty Come Dumpster. It's a little crass, so we'll just go with CD, alright? Your husband won't talk to you for days if you mention a cat. pretty, pretty tough punishment for mentioning a cat. I said, don't go there. But you don't listen. My son wants a cat. I told him, say nothing. Wait till you move out. Well, obviously, your husband's okay with a dog. Is that a dumpster? Looks more like a pastry. Well, how could it be? Sometimes the universe rewards you from looking a little bit off the most obvious path. And this is one of those instances, Michelle, where you decided to look a little bit different than just on the dog page, and you found the right dog on the cat page. So, good job, you. You should give yourself a pat on the back and say, good job, self. Sure, why not? I mean, right now, Michelle Way, you should just feel the incredible joy and privilege of being able to go someplace in a car. I'm not able to do that right now. Well, I can, but it has to be the little wilderness car. Oh, a coupling, you mean? I wouldn't worry too much about it, Michelle. You should just figure, even though somebody catfished you, probably a majority of them are not catfishing. So, the history's shittiest Tuesday, which is Tuesday, October 17th, is known as Shitty Tuesday. It only happens every once in a while, There are not a lot of Tuesday, October 17th. But do you know on which day the earthquake that struck the first game of the 1989 World Series was on? CD and Trouble's firstborn kitty is named Dumpling. I like that. Fortunately, Trouble doesn't have any sperms left to shoot. So, I still have sperms left to shoot. Because nobody's chopped off of my balls. Nobody's chopped off my balls. So, good for me. Cum Dumpling's a better name than Gum Dumpster. I think we're going to name that kitty Cum Dumpling instead. It'll probably just be Dumpling. Or Cumpling. We're walking down a bad road if we're naming the cat Dumpling. No, Dumpling's too cute of a name for a cat that we do not want. The other cats want to play with it outside fun, but I do not want to feed that cat. I do not want to encourage that cat to become our problem. I'm pretty sure it's the neighbor's cat, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, can instrumental NI do that? It's not too surprising, actually. So, I've been watching the series called Unexplained with William Shatner. And I was watching some thing on. We are lucky to have our wonderful cats, and they are great cats, you know. But trouble remains, probably always will remain, trouble. He's not an easy cat to have. He's very demanding. And he takes up an incredible amount of room on the bed. However much room you think a cat might possibly take up on a bed, multiply that by 3. That's how much room Trouble actually takes up on the bed. And that's even after we've totally tried to get him to move and everything, displaced him. We get on the bed and we pull up the covers to make Trouble move away from us, and he'll just roll over and flop as you pull up the covers. Kind of look at us like, do I have to get up? Yes, you have to get up. And then we get him all the way up. He won't even get off the bed. He just waits till we get settled in and comes right between us with big purrs. So, does he? Yeah, well, does he cause some harms to my sleep? Yes, he does. But is that really something for me to complain about? Not really, because it's not like I don't get plenty of sleep, have plenty of opportunity to sleep and everything. I gotta send a Luminella message to my doctor, Dr. Ingram, tell him to refill my prescription, but I think I'm gonna ask him to give me Dexedrine instead, because I cannot afford to pay that much money for my hospital. It's too expensive. It's so more expensive. I hear myself coming from the bedroom, like on a 7-second delay or something. Trouble's in here, I think, looking for Capillo. She's outside, Trouble. You're not gonna find her in here. So now he's gonna just come stake out the liminal space. Trouble really enjoys the liminal space, the space between rooms, right on the boundary. No, it doesn't bother me. That's why I paused. I was listening to my own Tiffany. Don't be ridiculous, my perfect darling angel. You don't have anything to apologize for. You are a spectacular, darling, beautiful, wonderful angel. And you are my wife. I had guinea pigs as an adult. I had a whole slew of guinea pigs. But you know what happened to them? They got eaten by coyote. Anyway, if you get guinea pigs, get 2 girl guinea pigs. If you get a boy and a girl guinea pig, you will have so many guinea pigs before you know it. Guinea pigs are kind of cool. Well, we had so many guinea pigs. And the thing is, of course, they have very quick generations. So pretty soon you start getting inbreeding. And it wasn't long before, of course, we had a special ed guinea pig. It was born all deformed and retarded. It was horrible. I'm laughing about it now, but it was actually horrible because it couldn't keep up with the other baby guinea pigs. I kept trying to push it over to its mom so she would feed it, but it died. Well, anyway, we had a lot of guinea pigs. Eventually, I made a little outside house for them, which is basically just like a pile of like logs and stuff that had a space underneath it, right, for the guinea pigs to go into. And then from that point forward, we had this semi-wild herd of guinea pigs out the north little side of the Temple City house. And at that point, it was just me and Delilah living there. I think it had to be. Candace wouldn't have put up with that probably. Until the coyotes got them. They like knocked down that whole thing and got all the guinea pigs. They were kind of fun for a while. Like in theory, we could like turn the shed into a chicken coop. We could get chickens, but I don't want chickens. I've had chickens before. And I'm not sure what the chickens would have done last year, or what we would have done about the chickens last year when there was so much snow. Granted, that's like a once every 20 years kind of storm, but it's supposed to be like it again this upcoming year. So maybe twice every 20 years if we have an equivalent winter. We'll see. We'll find out what the winter has to bring for us. But I'm enjoying, I think Rachel probably, we're both most well suited to not take care of too many animals, especially high maintenance animals. Rachel and I are both very much kids ourselves, So it's probably best to not have too many other lives be responsible for too many other lives besides each other. And our 2 cats. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go look at the Christmas tree I have in mind and see how it's ripening. A lot of people didn't know that Christmas trees ripen, but they do. Just like fruit. Okay. Where's the best place to show this from? Without getting too far away from the Wi-Fi, of course. See, I'm thinking maybe this tree right here. Let me show it to you. Don't know why it bogs. I'm a Thurian furry. How do you feel about that? I have no feelings about that whatsoever. That one. That's the one I think. You can't really see it because it's got those branches in front of it. Let me move it a little bit more that way. There. That's the one I'm thinking about right there. It's about, it might be a little too tall, but I can cut it up from the bottom a little ways. Of course, you know, there's these little fir trees all over the hill. I could choose any of those ones down there. You can see how many of them there are on the hillside. So I'll just select. So that's the one I got planned, is that one over there. And it's like right in front of that big log pokey thing. Yeah, Dallas is marrying a Sasquatch. But I think the Sasquatch is going to take Dallas's last name. So the Sasquatch will become a Sasquatch Dallas. Because Dallas is Dallas's first and last name. So. I'm what's known as a scaly. Sometimes I'll have Rachel dress up as a fish. Are there people who like to dress up as fishes called scalies? Okay, Rachel, put on your fish outfit made out of real fish scales. Double brewed for a refreshing taste. It has natural flavor. That's a good looking tree, right, Rachel? It's a little tall, but I'm gonna see how long the bottom of it is. If I can chop off like a foot of bottom before I even get to the bottom of the tree, really, then Sas Dallas Squatch. Yeah. Because Sasquatch is taking Dallas's last name as his middle name. That's unusual. But I'm glad to hear that that's how it's going down. So Rachel, I guess I probably haven't talked to you about that, but I'm actually a scaly. Now that I feel a little more comfortable here, can reveal that shameful truth of mine. I'm not saying the truth itself is shameful, just that I'm ashamed of it, because I'm old. I grew up, in a pre-accepting universe. So anyway, I've got this really complicated fish outfit that I'd like you to put on. I mean, technically it's a tilapia outfit, because that's the kind of fish that I'm most attracted to. Look at all this hair I'm brushing forward. It's successfully covering all of this head. Now, the reason I'm not into cephalopods is the beak. Too many injuries can happen with a cephalopod beak. So I just say, no thanks. You call them squids, I call them not fish. I'm also not into lobsters or crabs. They've got pinchers on them that can cause injury. So, I'm a straightforward fish guy. Obviously, I exclude the swordfish because I don't want to get stabbed by the sword. It was all kind of soft and cool and squishy and slimy. And it sounded like it was a big. Oh, the name, symbol below. I think really they should hyphenate it maybe. Sass, Dallas, Squatch. You know what's fire? Being lit. You know what's lit? Being fire. That's how young people talk these days. That's all they say. Fire is lit and lit is fire. I just have this horrible shirt today. Why did I click it? I didn't. I should not have rewarded its badness with my click. It was not funny at all. And that's the worst crime you can commit. It's to have a funny short that's got like 1 million some views, but it's not funny at all. God damn it. Boba Fett, will you stop? That's your nonsense? There's nothing fire or lit about your nonsense, Boba Fett. So just knock it off. Nobody wants unlit anti-fires. That's fair. We can all agree with that. Nobody wants unlit anti-fires. All right. So this will probably be a relatively short live stream. Just because I'm on this weird, like, emo, Rachel obsessed kick right now, Feeling lots of introverted feelings, like love and adoration. So, you might call it codependence. You might say, Eric, isn't it good enough that she's 15 feet away listening to you on her phone right now? No, that's not close enough. Tuesdays are all about disappointment. True. And look, I'm not saying it's going to be right this second. I'm not saying go ahead and throw your computers away. I'm saying it's not going to be a super long stream, because we did a lot of SE today. We drove to the Triangle Market in the little wilderness car. It was a pleasant outing, but it was also kind of jostly, It was jostly to the ears because it's a loud car ride. So, yeah. Maybe Ruben R., maybe Acacia. You too feel the bittersweet longing of pining for your significant other? Maybe it's possible that you might know that feeling. I don't know. Maybe Dallas knows that feeling. Maybe Boba Fett. Maybe anybody does. Who knows? But you have to be a pretty big baby to have that feeling, even though you just saw your wife 5 seconds ago. Yeah, that's it's a bittersweet feeling. Giovanni Zamora. How about you don't smoke? How about you do smoke? What do you smoke? I'm guessing pole. Probably should have just hit him straight away, but oh well. I guess you just deal with a 5-minute timeout. Yeah, that backstack activated stuff is tricky, right? Because you feel all this, like it's hard to deal with your feelings directly, you know? Yesterday when Rachel naps for longer than I anticipated, I was all like annoyed when she got up. It's like, what's wrong? What did that happen? I was like, I miss you. When you're making that's good, Boba Fett. Those are good Italy hands. So, you know, that is the bittersweet reality of love. It makes you feel good. It also makes you feel vulnerable. And the best cure for that is called Brexual intercourse. Which, as I mentioned before, is having sexual intercourse while talking about Brexit. So, that dog sure is barking up a storm across the street. There's a baseball playoffs game on tonight, but I'm not really that interested in the Phillies versus the Diamondbacks, you know. All the teams that I like have already been knocked out of the baseball playoffs. There are actually, surprisingly, a couple of college football games on tonight. It's Tuesday. How are there any college football games on at all, even? I don't know. That surprised me. But there is something I potentially do want to watch if, after Brexual intercourse, I still don't really feel like going to bed. At 7:30, the San Jose Sharks game comes on. And that is my local hockey team now. They're 0-1-1 to start the season, but perhaps they will get their first win of the season tonight. I'm happy that hockey's back. Of all sports, it's like if I'm gonna watch a random game, regular season game, except football, obviously, but one of the kind of games that plays a lot of games like baseball, basketball, hockey, I'd definitely rather watch hockey. It's a much less interruption filled game. And I also like how Canadian hockey announcers sound. Like, you got to take your mom to jury duty the moment the San Jose Sharks game begins. Right, it hurts, but it makes clear what's important. Well, yeah, it does. And then on the other hand, it makes you fixated on things that don't even matter at all. Like, I could see Rachel later on, it's not, I don't need to see her right this second. And that's after 4 years of straight up being together all the time. So it's not like it necessarily goes away. You may have this crippling disease for the rest of your life. Just imagine if you had it front stack. What a nightmare would that be? Boy, you have to feel everything all the time. You probably know what you're feeling for reals, right? Instead of me, right? Like, I'm missing Rachel as I'm watching TV last night and wishing she were awake and sitting with me. And then when she wakes up, she's got this pouty faced baby Eric being like, "You're a slave." You don't want to make it go away. I like her feels too, Rachel. I'm just joking. Just talking about how being bipolar means you're just like a baby. You displace your emotions and stuff like that. Um, I'm like a baby in a lot of ways, though. Unlike Corbin DeJandre, Corbin DeJandre is like a baby in more ways than me by a significant amount. He has permanent baby syndrome. He's a 32-year-old man, but he has permanent baby syndrome. So he's a little sensitive about it. His skin never ages. He looks like just a smallish adult sized baby. And yeah, I don't like it when people are treated unfairly. Right. Our feelings about the outside world are a lot easier to. I don't know, Jeremiah Fix. I gotta put the fix flats in and see how it works. I think I'll wait till the morning to do that, and basically see how it holds out till boot jack. It's a complicated question. There's a lot of complicated questions involved in this because on the one hand, it's like if I know 100% that I'm going to change the tire, then I want to set up the tire changing ahead of time, put the fixed flat in, go do that, and then be done with that, right? But if in fact the fix flat really works, I got 4 cans of it, um, then I might not want to even replace the tire, right? So it's hard to say. I won't know anything until I attempt this solution, and I kind of need to know in advance whether it's going to work or not to know how to plan that when to put it in and what happens next. So it's a kind of a TE fuckery problem here. But I think I should just assume I'm going to have to replace the tire no matter what. This tire's been giving us problems for a long time. So, um, I guess tomorrow I'll try to. I guess we'll make the determination tomorrow. I'll put the thing in the tire, and and then we'll drive to Boot Jack. We'll look at it there. We'll fill it up with the air thing at Boot Jack the rest of the way, and then we will maybe either. Well, I need to do some more googling. I need to call some places, etc. At least we got the fix a flat today, so that's step one. We had a nice lunch, and we even had leftovers so that we could eat something when we got home. I mean, I have some food I could cook here, but nothing that goes in the microwave. So that starts making eating a very complicated proposition when you don't have anything that goes in the microwave. We got bratwursts. I can make bratwursts. We got a couple of frozen chicken pieces, but we really need to go to the grocery store. So I'm kind of torn as to whether, but I think we should deal with the tire first. Who knows how long that's going to take? You just have to make some phone calls is what I got to do. The thing is, like, we need groceries. We need to go to the grocery store sooner than, like, they say, well, we'll order the tire and we'll have it by next Tuesday. Well, I'm not sure that's really going to work for us, We need to go to the grocery store before then. We could order groceries, but that's going to be expensive. So we'll just have to find out tomorrow. Case scenario, the well, that's because clothes don't need to be airtight. It's conceivable that we could get it towed down to the place. Who knows what's going to happen. TE problems, ordination. I mean, we definitely should just get the tire replaced because it's been giving us trouble since we got it in the first place. The tire's been bad. Spin the wheel of chores. And this is one of the problems that happens when you live in such an isolated place is that, like, well, as we were eating lunch today, I was listening to these guys have a conversation at another table, and And he was saying how hard it is to get a handyman up here, and that also if you do get one, they'll be like, "I'll be here on Tuesday." Means they're gonna be here someday this week, you know. So it's if you got a specialty thing like a Mini Cooper, the nearest place that even works on Mini Coopers, according to the people in the auto parts store at Oakhurst, is in Coarse Gold. So I don't know. I could probably just take it to any old tire place, but they'll probably have to order the tire. I'll see if there's a tire place in Mariposa, but etc. etc. Chutes or ladders or chores. I saw this movie suggestion on Hulu today called Slaughterhouse. And it's about a sorority girl who goes to South America and brings back a cute sloth, but it's actually a murderous slasher demon. Slaughterhouse. That's among the Halloween season suggestions for me on Hulu. Right, tires and alignment are not specialized parts, so I should probably be able to go to whatever kind of tire place. But they may not have that tire in stock, you know? Oh, I didn't hear the comma. It's hard to get a handyman, but it's easy to get a handyman hard. It's hard to get a handyman easy, but it's easy to get a handyman hard. A one lug nut race car wheel. So I could just take a picture of tires, tell them the year, make, and model, and they'll probably be able to tell me if they have the tire or not in stock, you know. I gotta make my construction equipment short. Shorts with construction equipment in them, or like big trucks or stuff, they seem to do very well. So on the way back from the Triangle Road Market today, we stopped and I filmed a little short with this big pusher thing that this construction vehicle has on it. It's like it's got its front wheels, and then it's got this big pusher thing in the middle, and then its back wheels. So I said, I don't get this thing because why doesn't it just run over the stuff it just pushed with this pusher? That'll probably do really well. Certain kind of shorts do well. I saw your short was suggested to me today, Ruben. Check out these guitar strings. But you kind of got to get lucky with the thumbnail. So, if you had made a thumbnail of yourself going like this, then that would probably get a lot more clicks. $195 7016 for tire size. Well, I mean, Ruben, don't put too much meaning into it because I was noticing my big log truck video had 5,000 some views. It's not a good video. I mean, I don't know why it has so many views. I was noticing today, like, Johnny's shorts. I have the same amount of views on my shorts as he has on his shorts. And he doesn't put that many shorts. It's like, his are like 2,000 views, 2,500 views. Like, what kind of world are we living in? When a short from Johnny himself has fewer views than my big log truck short. Can't blame this big truck for going slow. I can't believe this truck for going slow with all those big logs on it. Like, what? Yeah, you can do a bunch of them. Yeah. Shorts is one area where NE is not bad, you know? Because the format itself is inherently constraining you to be NI. So the more instances of NI pop you can come up with in a day, fine. You know, there's no punishment for bad ones. I don't like to see them in my on the list, like 2,000, 2,000, 1,500, 5,086. So I'm like, fuck that. I'm taking that one off of the list because it looks ugly. I'm surprised by how well the shorts do. Like, even that one I made the other night about Rachel and my feet being different sizes. Even that one did well. Of course, I had to have a human review of it because YouTube's like automatic make a decision about your video thing said it was inappropriate for most advertisers. So how could that be inappropriate? It just shows Rachel's feet in my shoes and then my feet in my shoes, and I say, oh, it's really, I never really had so clear a sense of how much smaller Rachel's feet are than mine, so she put on my shoes or something like that, you know? So, yeah, that short. The key thing about shorts is I always keep my shorts under 15 seconds. The feet one has 2,700 views. When it's third and 42, has 3,500 views. Can't Blame Big Log Truck has 5,700 views. This House Has the Best Signs has 1,500 views. Mark Davis Calls Raiders Coach and blank has 10,465 views. Spooky Sign for a ... has 1,567 views. Glitch in the Matrix Lizard has 2,174 views. But in terms of like percentage, by far my greatest achievement in the shorts like percentage is the one where I make my pot roast joke. Making love is a lot like pot roast. After 12 hours, the meat becomes very tender. That got 100 likes and just like 3,000 views. That's really good. Yeah, my NI really seems to come alive a bit with shorts. It's nice kind of to have a medium that limits me to 15 seconds. I, more often than not, don't use anything really that close to the full 15 seconds. You know, 8 seconds, 9 seconds is fine. It does have the best signs. That one is great. Mother of Liberty reads Mein Kampf. That's a good idea, Jeremiah Fix. Conservative California? Question mark, exclamation point. And I could take a video of the house in Mariposa near the post office that says, it has a big sign that says, Trump won. Well, he didn't, but thank you anyway for your opinion. But in the same town is that house with the rainbow flag and the cool signs. So I would say, by and large, Mariposa is a very conservative place, but it's a mixed bag. That's a good idea. You should do that, Rubenar. You won't get any pushback from me. You don't even have to link to the video. I don't care. If you want to, that'd be fine. If you think it helps you. As long as it's based on your FI and not mine. I have all of my FI feeling only one thing: love and adoration for my wife. Now, I don't think Biden is popular at all. But sure, it might help, point people who come here to your channel more frequently or something like that. Who knows? Who knows how YouTube works? Not even YouTube knows how YouTube works, I don't think. Well, thanks, Rubenar. Throwing a little bit of your FI onto me is very nice. FI, when somebody else throws a little bit of their FI onto you, it's like them throwing glitter on you, but good. You wouldn't actually want to have glitter thrown on you, but it's emotional glitter. It's sparkly, everyone likes it. So I was thinking today, oh, it's Tuesday. There's only two good cartoons come out on Tuesday. Well, guess what I learned? It's actually the case that only one good cartoon comes out on Tuesday. That's the final nail in Tuesday's coffin. Tuesday is the worst day of the week. Now, I've found myself having a very pleasant Tuesday today. Don't be fooled by my good Tuesday. Tuesday's still the worst day of the week. Ruben's not an ENTP. He fits in too smoothly with me around here. If he were an ENTP, he'd feel very competitive with me. He's not an ENFP. That's silly. He's clearly FE front stack. Could there be anybody with better FE all the time that's extroverting it so much, than a Ruben? I don't think so. Ruben's presence here has turned the name Ruben into more than just a sandwich for me and Rachel. Now, if we say Ruben, it's not clear if we're talking about Ruben R or talking about the sandwich. Prior to Ruben R, we were always talking. Speaking of, I did just watch Pick of Destiny again, and it's still hilarious. What's Pick of Destiny? Yeah, prior to Ruben R's arrival in our life, every time I would say Reuben, I would be referring to the sandwich, which we both tried to order today. A Jack Black musical comedy? Maybe I'll check it out. Is it like Tenacious D, the movie? That's what it sounds like. Make the title. Might be worth seeing. Might check that out. You know, a lot of people don't remember that Pee Wee's Big Adventure had a sequel. It did. It was called Pee Wee something. Pee Wee, I don't remember what it was called. But I kind of wouldn't mind seeing Pee Wee's Big Adventure again. I haven't seen that in many, many years. Rachel, have you ever seen that movie? Well, Ruben R., it's natural for you to entertain other possibilities. That's your demonstrative, extroverted intuition, just demonstrating that all meet levels of adequacy, but really, you're just formally entertaining those other possibilities. So that those who question your type feel like their opinion's valid too. But you know what? It's not valid. Jeremiah thinks his opinion is wrong. So you've seen both of them, huh? What's the second one called? Do you remember what it was called? PB's Big Top or something? Tom Morrow. Hello. I actually knew somebody whose last name was Morrow. He was my best friend, probably you might say, of my same age anyway. In elementary school, junior high, up into high school. Pee Wee's Big Top Adventure, huh? Yeah, his name was Chris Morrow. That's one of my childhood friends. Your name is Tom Morrow. But I will also say this about my childhood friend. His father, Ray Morrow, wrote a book called Go Fly a Sailplane, which is about gliding. No, Ruben. The strategy is deflect, deflect, deflect. What's that over there? Is that a ghost? That's the best strategy. Yes, I got it. I understand that his name is Tomorrow. Oh, I'm not suspicious of it. I'm just correctly diagnosing Ruben's FE because I'm his beneficiary, and that's how I benefit him. I say like that's me, and that's me, like that. You have a good day too tomorrow, and I want you to also have a good day tomorrow. Right, your clear cut any dumb is not a good enough explanation, especially if you don't actually assess the functions directly. The thing is, if somebody tests definitively SI polar, definitely SI backstack, there's no possible way they can be an ENFP. So that's just all there is to it. With disengaged FI, what bullshit. What complete fucking bullshit. An ENFP with disengaged FI. How can you have a disengaged tool function? For fuck's sake. That's complete nonsense. It's like saying, he's driving a car that has a water wheel for an engine. It's not even a car that has a water wheel for an engine. It might be a paddle boat. But more likely, it's a wheat grinding machine. Yeah, so that's just misunderstanding typology entirely. And the whole, that's starting with refusing to define personality is what it is. The only possible way you can explain deviance from functions really is with personality disorder level shit, you know? Like because you were terribly abused as a child, that's why even though you're FE tool, you keep hurting your partner's feelings, for example. What type is most interested in respecting everyone having their own interpretation or whatever? I mean, it's probably going to be ESFPs, um, but in a way, like also like SI DOMs, like ISFJs. Uh, they get offended when things aren't team playery enough, you know. Disengaged FI doesn't mean anything. That's the problem with that statement. It doesn't mean anything. That's why I'm not the one who said it. Oh, what can't be SI inferior? SI inferior is definitely conscious SI. I mean, I'm constantly using my SI to relate little anecdotes as I did earlier about us going to the Triangle Road Market. If asked to tell you what my favorite moment on the trip is, I'll have a moment actually. One of one memorable moment, and here's an example of me using SI to create an example, is one of my favorite moments that is shared by me, my dad, and Rachel is a a moment from Hawaii where we were all at this McDonald's and the sun was setting and it was a good moment, you know. And when my dad asked the question, what was your favorite moment from Hawaii? I think he asked the question. I had the exact same answer as my dad. We both had the same moment, interestingly enough. And Rachel said, the changing weather, which is not a moment, obviously. You know, that's not a moment. NI people who have NI in a very unconscious spot, 7 or 8, they don't seem to quite understand what a moment is. you can you can tell the difference between conscious SI and 7 or 8 very easily. You could try to argue like, well, Ruben's actually an INFJ. He's got SI 8, and you'd have a better case to make by far than ENFP. because sometimes SI 7 and 8 can be hard to tell apart, you know. She notices you bringing up anecdotes. Well, I mean, everybody references an occasional anecdote. Uh, but I don't know, you know. Obviously, I typed you by typing you for 1 hour, and it's plausible that if I were to engage with you for a month continually, then I'd say after that month, like I did to Rachel, actually, you're an INFJ. But who knows? I'm not perfect as a typologist, but I know this, the idea that an ENFP can have disengaged FI is a sentence that doesn't mean anything. It's like, disengaged from what? Like, you know, when I'm in neutral, the transmission's not engaged with the engine. When I put it into gear, the gears engage, right? They engage. The teeth of the things engage with each other like this, you know? And so, my question is, what is FI disengaged from? Simply turning disengage into a past participle and making an adjective and putting it in front of a word doesn't create good meaning, because this is the question: disengaged from what, and how is it disengaged? I don't think much of looping either. I mean, look, we all can. Depend. Like, let's say you're FI front stack. You're much more likely to go through what I would call, for me, like an SIFE loop, where I keep remembering some embarrassing thing that makes me have the shame shivers, right? Well, that's not really a loop. That's just intrusive thoughts as a response to some kind of trauma. Will an NI person have nearly as many intrusive thoughts from past experiences? They will have much fewer. This is my conclusion. I don't see Rachel suffering from very many intrusive thoughts about the past at all. When I was talking the other day about her mom on the video called Defeating Toxic People Hypothesis. Anyway, on that video, I was talking about her mom and how her mom had, at one point, quote unquote, disowned her for driving back to my house with me after Rachel called her bluff or whatever. And Rachel's like, oh, I forgot about that. So, you know, the main point is, by and large, tests are much more reliable than somebody producing examples that appear to side with meow or meow, right? I'm very skeptical anytime anybody's producing examples of telling me like, well, but if I'm really this type, then why this? Yeah, so Rachel forgot about that. So that's the sort of thing that, you know, if you're an SI Dom, you wake up every morning thinking about. But that's true. TI polar people do have a difficult time reading legal documentation and making any sense of it at all, frankly. But that doesn't mean that everybody who has difficulty reading legal documentation is TI polar. Most everybody except TI 1 and 2 is going to feel overwhelmed by legal language. Well, I mean, the thing is, that's partially what happens when one repairs a relationship without addressing anything really. So, Rachel's mom incurred the harms of Rachel and I, or Rachel basically, not really me, I had nothing to do with the decision, but Rachel not wanting to talk to her at all, And so, what happened as a consequence was when we got married, instead of trying to force some sort of accounting or whatever, we just said, let's just be the cooler ones and just invite her to the wedding and stuff. And then she turned out to just be just really so great, surprisingly. Bending over backwards to express that she appreciated me and us and everything. So it actually makes me kind of emotional because I would have thought we probably can't repair that relationship. But it turned out really that all Rachel needed to have a pretty healthy relationship with her family members, because she also talked to her brother successfully, and I guess they had a fine enough conversation, was for Rachel to be equally or more empowered. So it's now that she's just as empowered as everybody else in the family, there doesn't seem to be any particular tension, difficulties, or whatever. Rachel still doesn't like being TE'd by her mom, even though I think she understands that that's her mom's way of trying to love her. It's tough when your mom's an ESTJ and you're an INFJ. It's tough for you two to see eye to eye really about anything. It's about as disparate a cognitive function stack as you're gonna get, because each one's first and second function are the other person's most unconscious functions. That's a tricky one. It's like me and ISFP. The relationship of constant misunderstanding. I've also said about that relationship, if you're hanging out with just that type person, half the time you feel like the only child in the room, and half the time you feel like the only adult in the room, which is a consistently uncomfortable feeling either way. Or maybe not half the time, but you feel kind of half and half. Like, in some ways you're the only adult, in some ways they're the only adult. Little. Oh, I sure do wish I had my glasses. I think it says the food was delicious. Which it was. It was delicious. It's a nice little, fun little place to eat. Seems like that restaurant's doing pretty well because they were sold out of the sandwiches that we wanted to get. And then the lady told me as we were leaving that I had bought the last pulled pork sandwich. So that's good. I'm glad they're doing well. It's super cool to have a restaurant close enough to us that we could actually go eat there. Hi, Winston's mom. Well, I mean, each of the slots is really a way of defining how you're limited in using a given alternative to your function pair. So being an NE DOM definitionally means I'm limited to using NI in action kind of ways consciously. So for me, NI is part of a creative process, even though it's a receiving function. It gets warped towards the purposes of extroverted intuition more than to its native approach, which is to observe and then know about what's being said. So even when I am observing and knowing about stuff, if it's any kind of thing that includes TI, I'm constantly negating, right? It's probably why I like anime so much, is it's a kind of NI that's just exactly the flavor of NI I want it to be, and I just watch iterations of it, like iterations of the same thing over and over and over again. It's kind of strange to think about because I've been doing that since I was a kid. I've been into the same exact kind of stuff, swords and dragons stuff. My dad was too, his whole life. He never stopped being into swords and dragons stuff. Third slot NE. So it just kind of makes me think that absolute value NE goes along with, fantastic stories and stuff. Fantastic places and magic powers and all that stuff. Rachel also demonstrates a similar kind of, obviously she likes the same kinds of videos, so listen to them all the time. But like when she's using her NE, it's probably her NI kicks it up because her NI is bothered by what's being said, Like if a given video says, this lady was talking about how in this reading that I should be more meow. What do you think about that? She'll use it to ask questions about um, things that she finds questionable. She may, in her own head, have unvoiced notions about possible responses. I'm not sure. She's super cautious. She's an introvert, which means, unlike me, she doesn't default to saying everything she thinks. but uh, but regardless, I think that when she's seeing a difference between extroverted intuition and introverted intuition, like or she's questioning something that's too extrovertedly intuited perhaps. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's hard to describe. There's certain kind of limits in explaining certain kinds of functions because they're just inherently harder to explain. Like the S's are a lot easier to explain. The objective functions, um, like TI is really easy to explain. FE is probably a little harder to explain than TE, but NE is definitely easier to explain than NI. You know, NI is probably the hardest to explain. Mother, maiden, sage, and mystic. I took your test and I got the lover. Well, I don't know what took your test. Test you took, but it's not my test. Mother archetype. Oh, here, I want to take it. Let's see. Welcome, goddess. I'm a goddess? Fantastic. What's my feminine archetype? Start quiz. Where's your northern star, your main value? Freedom. It's difficult for me to I guess connect with my emotions. I do connect with my emotions pretty well. I don't want to let go of my need for external validation. I'm perfectly happy with it. Allow vulnerability and ask for help. I guess that one. How do you envision your highest self? She embodies her sacred sensuality fully. She is grounded in deep wisdom. She is fiercely wild and courageous. She is a fountain of love and kindness. She radiates serenity and peace. She is successful and powerful. I guess. I guess. I guess successful and powerful. I have to pick one of those. Where do you naturally see yourself in a business context? I see the weak spots in the projects and suggest improvements. I bring a spark to projects with my creative ideas. I remain calm when everything turns upside down. I take care of networking and reaching out to partners. Set goals and move the project forward. I make sure everyone on the team is happy. I prefer staying in the background. I hate business. Where's I hate business? Fine, I bring a spark to projects with my creative ideas. What is your gift? It's Spontaneity and optimism. What is your self-care ritual? Humping my wife. Let's see. I guess getting together with friends and family is what I'm doing right now, really. Although we do like to treat ourselves to elegant dinner. I think I'll put that one down. What is your biggest relationship fear? I mean, I don't have any relationship fears anymore, really. I'm going to say being betrayed. When something goes wrong, I tend to over dramatize a little. I do not get affected by emotions easily. I first make sure everyone else is okay. I trust the universe, everything is as it should be. I take responsibility and work on solving my problems. I hope that someone will help me and ask for advice. Uh, can you be split between I tend to over dramatize a little and I do not get affected by my emotions easily? Why do I feel split between those two? You'd think that if you over dramatize a little, then you do get affected by your emotions. I'm gonna put I do not get affected by my emotions easily. How do I feel about my body? I guess it sometimes feels awkward. I still need to work on accepting it. I don't know. What are your weak spots? I lack emotional intelligence. How would your best friends describe you? Um, Optimistic, intuitive, innocent. How do you handle conflict? By taking charge and trying to find a decision. What's your ideal type of romantic relationship? A profound connection that honors communication and growth. I'm proud of um, either my ability to love deeply, my mind, or my self awareness, probably. One of those three things. I wouldn't put my creativity, my career and achievements, or my adventurous spirit. Um, put, put my ability to love deeply. I'm the maiden. I am an intuitive and creative person with a positive, hopeful outlook on life. Maybe I'm still finding myself, but you got great potential to blossom. There's a lot of hidden strength in you. I am looking forward to blossoming. I've been waiting such a long time to blossom. Um, Most of that time, I've been watching the TV show Blossom. There's a lot of hidden strength in you. Your playful spirit and thoughtful attention light up the lives of those around you. Wow, I'm the maiden. That's because of my virginity way. Hello, fellow goddess. I'm Anna, and everything you see on this page came from my hands. Oh, Anna. I am the maiden. Did you just do it today? No, we have not done it yet today, but we're planning to. How do you respond to queries and thoughts endlessly? Is it your any dominant? Sure. I mean, well, when people ask me questions, I don't even have to generate anything. I just have to respond to the question. Makes it extra easy. But I'm a pretty I'm a particularly lucky, empowered, and I have a fortunate amount of time already put into YouTube and stuff, you know? So it's like I've grown out of being a debate coach and into being a YouTuber. And that's helped me as a human being a lot too. Because as some INFJ one time said, ENTPs actualize externally. I need a lot of feedback from other people to get myself right, you know, to be right, to be my rightest self. Yes, we can play tarot cards. Of course, my darling. Ask and you shall receive, my precious, wonderful, beautiful, spectacular, magnificent, gorgeous angel. Okay. Now, we're going to do 2 befores, 2 afters. I know, I am so superstitious. Hi, beautiful.
Hi, you're superstitious? Oh yeah.
Somebody said
That kind of superstitious. Yes. Oh yes. Mama, you gotta know.
He's joking about something that happened on another stream where some guy came in and accused me of being superstitious.
You?
Yeah.
I am, not you.
Right. I'm obviously
You're not even close.
That's why he's referencing it, because I was like, I am baffled by this. Nobody's ever called me superstitious before. But what the guy was trying to say was that personality type is like astrology and it's just superstition.
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, I know. I wasn't worried that he might be right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the after. Cross is the after, the roses are before. Alright. Now, here's the other ones. Alright, Rachel, I'm going to do a reading for you, and then I'm going to let you take over some of this card stuff, okay?
Sure.
I'm going to do 2 before. I mean, this is before? No, this is after. These are 2 afters, right?
I think so.
Cross is after, I said? Yes. Rose is before, cross is after. 2 befores. Meow.
Meow.
And 1 during.
Good night, Jeremiah Fix.
Good night.
Meow. Okay, so
2 befores, 2 afters, and a during. Now let me get my glasses. Okay, first before. Before the 2 of Cups.
oh, look, they're kind of coy.
Yeah. It's a guess right now. Before the 2 of Cups. Upright. Young love, romance, attraction, passion, desire, marriage, union, affinity, friendship, compatibility, affection, faithfulness, harmony, pleasure. Instant interpretation. You're an equal partner, a faithful companion, and a true and loyal friend.
Yeah.
Now, before
look at
the
that.
3 of Cups. I wish I hadn't closed the book. I was right there already. Play on. 3 of Cups is the harvest card and heralds a time of comfort and celebration. The three women in the card illustrate the union of past, present, and future, as well as birth, life, and death. They are reflections of the sun, moon, and stars.
Oh.
Merriment, conviviality, pleasure, sensuality, party, celebration, dancing, drinking, girls' night out.
Oh.
We might have a girls' night out tonight, Rachel, you and me.
But that was like kind of, yeah, maybe.
Happiness, hospitality, kindness. Alright, now, after the tower. This is after the tower.
Oh no.
See what it says, after the tower. What number is that? This is by
16.
numbers instead of by... Yes. The Tower card is a card of sudden, unmistakable transformation. It offers a surprise ending, a dramatic twist, and a rude awakening.
No. That's after.
This is after that, though.
Yeah. Oh, after what?
After the Tower.
Oh, so it's over?
Yeah, the Tower is over.
Change in the chaos is over?
Well, that's what after means, doesn't it?
True.
Alright, now. Also, after the Three of Swords, a broken heart.
Oh my gosh.
See what the daring is.
That's true. I feel flirty with you.
Yeah, I feel flirty with you too. Knight of Cups, lover. So, here you go, darling. You want to take...
A lot of cups.
Yeah, well, that's my read for you.
Okay.
Do you want to... you can stay there. I'll just put these around. These ones go on this one.
I'm going to do one for each. Before,
Sure.
during, and after.
You do it however you want. I'll put
These are before?
Yes, those are before. These are after.
Okay.
These are during. Those are the two little books.
Okay.
I'm going to put this here and I'm going to smoke a cigarette and I'll be right back.
Who would like a read?
Who would like a reading?
A reading, a reading.
A reading from the tarot. A reading from the tarot. By Rachel, who eats bone marrow. Alright, show media.
Okay, show media, okay.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. 4. Show media before.
Yeah, no. You don't want me to watch you eat?
Next 30 days. Before. Next 30 days. During. The current present. Show media. Okay, side cheek, you are next. Okay, show media now, current, present, and after. After social media. twofer popped out, but we never take twofers. Okay. After. Okay. Before, for show media, the 5 of Cups. So, before, you're like looking at this cat, and it's like, hey, you knocked down my cup. It's like before the sorrow happens. It's a gloomy day. You're not feeling so great. One of the cats that knocked down the cup. And you're like, hey, what's up with this? I'm not feeling too great. That's before. During, so right now you're feeling the Page of Rods, exuberant, impetuous, enthusiastic, naive, bright. Page of Wands, you are creatively beginning your mastery. And then after, for the next 30 days, you get strength. So not only have you tamed that beast, but you're friendly with it. It's like you might have been rough and tumble before, but I love you. So I think the next 30 days, it's gonna seem like it's like, oh man, a little bit of a bummer. But then you're like, currently like, no, let's be creative about this. Like, we can have a workaround. And what ends up happening is you're gonna have the strength to pull it all through and enjoy it. That's for you, show media. Okay, so you're after side chic. All right, so side chic before. Side chic before. Side chic before. Side chic before. I saw, oh no, am I messing up? No, I'm not. Side chic before. Side chic right now. Side chic after.
You just have a main squeeze. I gotta go pee.
Well, it's not the 5 of Cups traditional meaning because it's the before the 5 of Cups. Ah!
That means you got regret in your future.
Well, like he's over it. Like he was like feeling a little bit blue. One of the cups was knocked over by the cats. It's like, oh damn. But then he got the Page of Rods, and it's like, okay, I have some like new bright creative ideas.
Right, but the cat's still gonna knock over another cup.
I don't know. I read it differently. Okay, side chic after. Okay, side chic before. Ooh, the 2 of Cups. You've maybe been hoping and praying and wishing for a soulmate, someone who you can walk to and maybe share one of those cups with. Current, you are the Knight of Rods, dynamo, passionate, charming, cocky, athlete. You're like, yeah, I'm feeling ready to show off. I got the goods. I'm thinking, and I've been thinking about, my past self has been thinking about a new relationship. I'm feeling excited about it. And then your future, your after tarot is the 10 of Cups. Look at that. The rainbow has gone, but the stars have come out. You've got your family and friends around you by the fire. You're really enjoying your emotional state right now. You're feeling really stable and happy. And there's a cat in this one too. And it looks like an older gentleman, so you've got a crowd. It's nice. Okay, Keisha's next. Yeah, that's all in your past. It's all in your current position. And after the tarot, it shows that you're going to have fun times with loved ones. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a partner, but it can be a group of people and maybe around a fireside. It is kind of like a nice time to be around a campfire, whether that's like an actual campfire or one of those like fire pits. Okay, Acacia. Acacia before. Acacia during. Good. So it showed that. Okay, Acacia during. And Acacia after. Although don't get me wrong, Winston's mom, it is a gloomy card still. The sky is gray. You're kind of bundled up in cold, in the before 5 of Cups. Acacia after. Acacia after. Okay. I saw that one. I don't want to take it. Acacia after. Okay. Acacia before tarot. You got Page of Swords. You're looking up in the sky and you're like, yeah, today's a great day. There's a hawk by you. There's some clouds. It's a little windy, but you're like, fuck yeah, this feels good. I feel proud and strong. Now, you feel like the Hanged Man. Suspension, pause, clarify.
Waiting for Ruben.
Yeah, waiting for Ruben. It's like you're excited for all the mental activity and mental fun. But now you're in a pause phase. And then your after tarot is the 5, 6, 7 of Rods. Look at you. You're defending yourself. You got like people annoying you and you're like, get the hell out of my way. I'm an introvert. Like, I don't need this many people around me. What is precious to me is precious to me. It doesn't have anything to do with you. Get out of my way. Well, you definitely unpause here. The seven of rods is like standing your ground. So like you could have people in your life being like, you should do this and you should do that. But what happens with the after tarot is that with the seven of rods, like you've got those people and you're like, just go away, just leave me alone.
You're like, the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. Winston's mom, the fives, I'm gonna do a card pull for you, Winston's mom, but the fives are like known for being tricky cards. The sevens too, but especially the fives have like a negative. I think almost every five has a negative connotation to it.
Which major arcana is 5?
The Hierophant. Okay, Winston's mom. Winston's mom before. Winston's mom before. Winston's mom before. You're welcome, Winston's mom. Winston's mom before. I've already cut my hair. If you want to give me $1,000 for me to cut my hair, I'll do that so easily. Eric knows. He's seen. I'll even dye it beforehand. I'll dye it a freaky color. Okay, I'm focusing on Winston's mom right now. Winston's mom before.
$10,000.
Oh, 10,000.
Yeah.
I don't know how to read.
Let me rush to get the scissors.
Yeah, really. That's a no-brainer.
I will run to get the scissors right away.
This grow out is a little. I actually trimmed it months ago, so this is grow out from a year ago.
Looks good.
Thanks.
I think it's a good length.
Thanks. I do too. It's not too like overbearing. Okay. Okay. This is when. Oh, it's twofer.
There's no such thing as a permanent haircut, Emmanuel.
Permanent cut. I'd have to. Okay. Winston's mom, Winston's mom, Winston's mom, Winston's mom before. Winston's mom current. You're really young, Emmanuel, if that's who you are.
It certainly appears to be.
It's very, very confusing. Okay, what's his mom currently? Oh, you're 19? So...
You must have the same syndrome that Corbin DeJandre has.
Corbin DeJandre. Corbin DeJandre.
DeJandre.
Corbin DeJandre.
Yeah.
DeJandre. Like Dijon Dre.
DeJandre, you're right.
DeJandre.
Yeah, DeJandre.
Okay, Winston's mom after.
You play Roblox? Well,
Well, a
good
lot of
for
people
you.
do. Yeah.
we don't play Roblox, but we have a lot of other things that we do.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah. We play tarot cards. Sometimes we play Little Wilderness Car.
What did you guys think about the new edition, or the new editions, both of them? Corbin, DeJohndre, and Cunningham.
Yeah, Corbin DeJohndre has permanent baby syndrome. PBS.
And Cunningham is actually a cat that Tiffany thinks is a baby. Okay, the before for Winston's mom. Ooh, the high priestess. So you've got a hawk overhead, you've got a burning flame in the middle, you got two keys. It's like you're ready to like open the book of knowledge. It hasn't happened yet, but you're starting to get ready. Main card right now. You've got the Six of Rods, kudos, victory, triumph, prestige. It's like, yeah, I feel good. I just won over something or someone. You proved your point and you're victorious.
Well, Corbin DeJohndre is obviously a little self-conscious about his permanent baby syndrome, but that's why he gives a big speech to Tiffany when they first meet up on Naked and Afraid. Now look, I've got permanent baby syndrome and blah blah blah.
Oh my god, that would be such a good like sequence of Corbin DeJohndre. Like segments of them on Naked and Afraid.
Okay. Just for the record, Rubenar, that cat's name, while it may formally be Cumster, its nickname is Dumpling. So that's a much more practice on your pronouncement is a great thing.
Is pronouncement a word? Yeah. That's
what's so funny about it.
Corbin DeJohndre. Okay. Afterwards, Winston's mom has the after tarot of King of Pentacles. So you've got your pentacles and you've also got a bull who's like over by you. And you're like observing the bull, which could mean something with stocks, you know? Maybe you've invested in some stocks and they're going well because the King of Pentacles, the king of like material wealth. Okay, Manuel, you're really annoying me.
You want me to time
like you're not 19.
I could time him out. There.
Cool, Winston's mom, I'm glad. Anyone else up for some? Would you like a read, Rubenar?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, you know, you have Lance Armstrong as one of your, you know, fellow one testicle man.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Rubenar, I'm going to do this before.
Well, you know, I may have one testicle, but it's the size of 3 regular testicles. So. You know, it's a mixed.
It's strong.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag.
Oh, it is a mixed bag. I'm thinking. Oh,
well, because you only have one testicle, but it's 3 times the size of a regular testicle. So it's like, am I happy because I have more total testicle, or sad because I have fewer total testicles? Right.
Right.
That's the question. It's literally not a mixed bag. Yeah, but if it were 4 times the size of a regular testicle, the equivalent of 4 testicles, then you'd say on balance you're getting so much more testicle that it's probably worth it. But 3 times, that's what makes it a mixed bag.
Mm.
You're just getting 50% more total testicle and 50% fewer testicles.
Ruben R. Ruben R. Should I take one that was already flipped over?
If you pops out, it pops out. That's what I think.
It didn't pop up.
Well.
Okay, I'll put it back. Okay.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Okay. Ruben R. after tarot. Okay. Ruben R. before tarot. 2 of Swords. You're blindfolding yourself. It's like...
Stop blindfolding yourself.
You're like, I have to make a decision. I have 2 swords in the ground. I'm going to sit on this rock until I make a choice. But I'm just getting ready for it.
And what you're choosing between, Ruben, is 1 large testicle or 2 small testicles.
Yeah. Currently, you are at the 3 of Rods, arrival, success, advent, ambition. You're like, I got my shit together. I got 3 rods. Here, I'm kind of waiting for some more, though. I've arrived at the pinnacle, but I want to see what's going on. And you're after tarot. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. She's like, you're like, hey, I've got this money in my hand. This is so good.
That's always a good thing to say.
Yeah. And there's a bunny, a hare, right over here, galloping about, like enjoying being your earthly presence.
Although some people think it's a deformed guinea pig.
Oh no, I was dying when I first saw that video, because when I was in New York for that short time, I watched a lot of your videos, and when I saw that guinea pig video.
Which one?
There's one where you just go around the perimeter of the house, all around the house, and you show shots of the guinea pigs, and it's just there's so many of them. You're like, look, they're here. Look, there's some more over here. It was a continuous thing. I was like, oh my god. They overran the place.
That's funny. I'm ready to go take a shower. Do you want me to leave this going? Are you done?
No, I'm done, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to wrap up this stream. And, yeah, obviously,
These are super fun cards. I'm so glad that we got them.
Me too. So, it was a wonderful evening chatting with you all. I hope you have a great night. And thanks for being here. We love you. And don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.